So last week, Obama said that if he could go back in time and do the presidency over again, he would have shut down Gitmo on day one, the very first day of his presidency. It's been open since, 2002 at Guantanamo Bay. It's holding prisoners. I believe there's 122 prisoners there right now. They've many without charge, torturing them. And he campaigned on shutting down Guantanamo in 2008. He said he would do it within a year. And now this sound came out of, let's play that sound of him saying he would have shut down Guantanamo on day one.
I think I would have closed Guantanamo on the first day. I didn't because at that time, as you'll recall, we had a bipartisan agreement that it should be closed. My Republican opponent had also said it should have been closed. And I thought that we had enough consensus there that we could do it in a more deliberate fashion. But the politics of it got tough and people got scared by the rhetoric around it. And once that set in, then the path of least resistance was just to leave it open, even though it's not who we are as a country. It is used by terrorists around the world to help recruit jihadists. So instead, we've had to just chip away at it year after year after year. But I think in that first couple of weeks, we could have done it quick.
Now, I have a real problem with this because that excuse is not good enough. I mean, I support President Obama on many issues, but Gitmo is one of them where I do not. He campaigned on it. All that pushback, who cares? He laid it out himself. It's not what America's about. It's been used by terrorists as a recruiting tool. Those reasons enough should have got it shut down right away. That's what he said he would do. And while I think if it was closed as of right now, March 23rd, 2015, then he could come out and say these things about how he regrets it. He should have been able to do it. He should have done it. If he could go back in time, he would have done it. Then fine. But to say that now with it still open, I just can't believe it. He would say that. I mean, coulda, shoulda, woulda. I mean, it's not how you approach this now. Then shut it down, Obama. Shut down Guantanamo now. If you regret not having done it on the first day, why isn't it still done? As you're saying this. Listen, you know that thing where you procrastinate so much and you forget to shut down that detention center that you have in Guantanamo Bay that tortures people being held captive who weren't charged with anything? You know when that happens? God, don't you just hate that? Procrastination, man, it just gets you. Before you know it, why even bother?
Look, I have some bad news. I didn't shut down Guantanamo, and I have some good news. I saved money on my car insurance.
Yeah,
look, I think though. I said this last night that one of the points about it, though, that's interesting is it's another acknowledgement. First, we had that Dan Pfeiffer interview where he sort of was like, yeah, it was our bad. We miscalculated what the Republicans were about. And now we've have this next, Obama basically, and it is true. That was relatively uncontroversial. I mean, McCain campaigned on shutting down Guantanamo too. So I think he was very much in that mode that we're going to come up with a deal. And then they completely fear-mongered on it. I mean, the Republicans, and there was a lot of other stuff like this too. I mean, there was also having the trial, I think, for Khalid Sheikh Mohammed in Manhattan.
Yes.
And then Bloomberg and a bunch of other morons fear-mongered on that. And, Eric Holder was right on that. Eric Holder fought really, really hard, but Rahm and that part of it, they basically, and Obama just ended up having enough of a convoluted position on it that nothing really happened. And I think I mean, I think it's genuine and it's good he says it, but you're right. Where's the move now?
Yeah,
There could be stuff that happens now to reverse this crisis now.
I mean, with him saying that and it's still not being shut down, or there's there's nothing in motion to shut it down as he's saying this. Like, could you imagine being one of those captives there in Guantanamo and hearing this news? I mean, it's almost comical. Like, oh, Obama said he should have shut this place down. Oh, great. It's good to hear that. All right, you could continue blowing out my eardrums with the Metallica and torturing me in other various ways.
That was really good news. Okay, I guess it's time for the force feeding tube now.
You put it back in, yeah.
No, guys, it was totally our bad.
Just
practical consequence of that? Nothing.
exactly. Rose 620,000. Between Obama's first day in office and making this statement, Congress passed laws to make it impossible for him alone to close the base. First day that legislation didn't exist.
Yeah,
Well,
that's true. They did. No, they've cuffed him.
Yeah, I know, but that's my problem with it. Don't say it now. The coulda, shoulda, woulda doesn't really help right now.
No, it does. No, it does. See, this is where I disagree. Because in the same way that Dan Pfeiffer is acknowledging we messed up certain things in the beginning. See, I think there's like 2 points. One is that some people just needed to deal with the fact that Obama, with certain things, is like a conservative Democrat. Okay, like he's at the very least willing to entertain messing around with Social Security, Medicare. And that's wrong, and we disagree with him. We fight him. We fight him on something like TPP, fight him on parts of his drone program, all of that. But I think he's totally sincere in wanting to shut down Guantanamo.
I think he's sincere too, which makes it
miscalculated, and now his hands are tied. And
but there was no, but the
miscalculation
of pushing that back was, and just I'll get around to it, was just unbelievable.
I agree, but I'm saying
and my problem with coming out now. This isn't like a situation like net neutrality where like him coming out is going to change some minds.
That was a big deal.
I mean, the people want Guantanamo shut down. There's no one hearing Obama saying this and saying, "Oh wait, maybe he's right."
At this point, there's a lot less he can do.
I mean, he's totally in his. He could say it if he wants. I'm not saying, but I mean, I just think it sounds bad to say that and not have anything in motion going on right now to getting it done. Yes, he said he's chipping away at it, but that's not enough. I mean, especially when he says in the next breath how it's absolutely not what America's about, and terrorists are actually using it against us.
But literally at this point, he does. I mean, the process. I guess I don't know what the disagreement is. So
I don't think it really is a disagreement.
He shouldn't have done it in the beginning.
I think
he should have taken care of it on day one, not messed around with Congress. Absolutely.
Yes.
He's acknowledging he made a mistake, and at this point, his hands are actually significantly more tied.
Yes.
That's true.
Yes. Oh, yes. I think Rose was just pointing it out for us. I don't think
the
listener was trying to.
No, but I'm saying even between us. Like, I mean, would you prefer he not say anything at this point?
No, he should say something, but I don't know if the whole whoops, should have done it.
Whoops.
Is the right way to portray it. Maybe, come out and say, like, the number one issue I want to do right now is close down Guantanamo Bay. It needs to be done now. Not drop the ball. Because that even doesn't make him look good. If we want him to say these things like, oh, the president's coming out with a strong position on something like he did with net neutrality, saying, should have done it, but what could I do? That to me isn't what I wanted him to say. Obama and Cheney's. Nothing Obama can do about Gitmo. Anything he could do would break the law. They can't move the captives, and they can only send them back to countries that want them. Yeah, I know now. Yes, for sure. Listen, there's a lot of things you can say, whoops, messed up. If I could have done it again, I would have done it differently. But with the position he had running for president and the ability he had to do it right away, it's one of those things where it's just like, what were you thinking? I guess that's how I feel. Mm-hmm. And I love the guy. I think he's a good president. I think he's incredibly down to earth, charismatic. I think he's a great guy. But on this is one of those issues where I'm just like, dude, come on. I mean, really, that's the best way I could put it.
I get it. Dude, come on. It's a dude, come on issue.
Max Payne, Obama is so weak there. No one believes that crap from Obama. I mean, exactly, that's my point with it. Even framing it that way, like, I really should have done it, man.
The question was, do you have regrets? I mean, I don't know. Whatever. I'm not really. I think this is an issue. I think, look, this is the issue that he was sincere on, that he screwed up on. I think in some ways the bigger criticism is the amount of areas where he just continued and codified Bush-era policies on rendition, expanded drones. I mean, all of that stuff are major marks against him. But I just think on this issue, he's basically giving a correct assessment. Now, it is funny because, if I was president and on day one, I would come in with the perspective that I don't trust these motherfuckers, and I'm going to take care of this.
Exactly.
But
yes.
that's clearly
I think that's
not his perspective.
I mean, that should have been his regret. That should have been his regret. Not Guantanamo specifically.
Motherfuckers.
His regret would have. But then that would have said something stronger.
That's true.
The Guantanamo thing comes off like, I dropped the ball. I really should have done it. What was I thinking? Whereas if he said, my mistake was trusting these guys, thinking the Republicans would want to cross the aisle with me and work together, that would have said something, because that would have bashed them too.
The regret. The sort of like the right. That's a good point. Sort of like I think Jimmy Carter. They asked him what his greatest failure as president was, and he said letting Ronald Reagan get elected president. That's good.